What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. As always, that's
Ken.
John. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit.
It's been a long time.
A lot
right?
happened, you know. I was on vacation. There's a lot going on the news.
Yeah, we've been a little busy. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Lots to talk about.
As a lot of you may know, we do pre-record some of these episodes, so sometimes we have a few out there. If one of us is going on vacation, like was the case here, we may do a little extra. So John and I, although it seems like we see each other every week, we don't always see each other every week. And I miss him every minute of that time.
Same.
Yes. John.
I don't know what to say about this one.
Okay, so John is part of this same bourbon group on Facebook, so he sees what's going out there, and he sees when I actually buy a bottle now. That didn't happen in the past, so he gets a little bit of that excitement and everything. Sometimes he'll pick up a bottle himself.
Yeah.
And in this case, it was just me.
Yeah, I didn't think, no. I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie.
So as far as like these Cask finish
sweating.
ones, this is fun for me. It's fun. It's not like a daily drinker necessarily, but it's just exciting. It's fun. I like what they do with it. I like how they experiment and just try different flavors and try different things. It just adds a little excitement to my bourbon collection. And I'm kind of looking forward to this one, and I'm kind of a little afraid of this one.
Yeah.
My
butthole's afraid.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the same
already
exact.
puckering. No.
Yes.
No.
We have this, and this just came today. It was sitting in my driveway, and I said, well, it's a sign. It's going on the show today. This is good old times, hot honey cask finish. It's a single barrel straight bourbon whiskey finished in Hawaiian honey cask and infused with Thai chili peppers.
Which are floating in the bottle, by the
They
way.
literally are floating in there.
Yeah.
I kind of got caught off guard. John said, is that someone's finger in there? But that's interesting. This is barrel 1, 62% alcohol, 124 proof.
124 proof.
Yeah. This is aged 9 years, too. So this is a nice aged bourbon, too, man. So,
Hot.
all right, let's get this open. And
all the good times are usually a pretty higher proof, if you notice. They always have
Yes.
some cool sweet notes, but
Well-
they're always like a high proof bourbon.
high proof means higher alcohol, means more buzz, which means good times.
I guess so. Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Why not? Why not?
Where's Raj? Is he coming?
Yeah. Oh,
No, you did not. No, it didn't. No. What are you supposed to do with that?
John got the hot
No.
peppers in.
You got to put it back in. It's got to stay in there.
No, it's all right. I'm going to leave it
Dude,
out.
that's a finger. There's a fingernail on it. Oh, my God.
It's like when you have tequila, you got the worm, buddy. I can't put it in a bottle. It's in your glass now. Oh, man. It's been infused enough, man. I probably don't want it much spicier than that. So
I got to take a picture of it.
that's great.
That's
great. Oh, man.
Lord.
Okay.
Looks like a baby finger. Don't smell hot.
No, it doesn't. Even alcohol-wise, it doesn't smell. I'm not getting much of that heat because we're anticipating. So we're anticipating a ton of heat. You know.
Maybe. It don't smell sweet either, though. It don't.
I'm getting a little bit of that honey.
Are you?
Yeah. Just
I'm getting straight up just bourbon.
okay. I kind of look for the honey though. Look for it. I feel like I'm getting some, just some, but I'm not getting any kind of peppery. I thought I would get like a pepper kind of finish nose on that, but yeah, nothing too crazy.
No.
Nothing that's standing out.
I am starting. The more I move it around, I do get a little bit of that honey.
Yeah. Like yes, I
Almost like a what's that honey candy from back in the day? Zagnut. Remember Zagnuts?
Yeah, I do.
It was like just a bar of honey.
Yeah. I'm kind of just getting just that honey, maybe a little bit of vanilla,
Yeah, I could smell that. I could smell the vanilla.
like a honey vanilla, but mainly the honey. I'm getting the honey. All right, let's
I
try
do
this.
smell it now.
Let's try it.
Oh God,
Good luck.
it's gonna touch my lips, the pepper, and I'm gonna freak out.
Okay. Oh,
There it is.
there it is.
There it is.
There it is. Heat.
Whoa. Whoa.
Honey finish. Wow.
That's strong, dude.
Thank God you have the peppers in yours.
Holy
And thank God the peppers aren't in the bottle anymore because I don't think I'd want it any hotter than that, man.
I mean, it's not crazy, but it's there. It's on the back of my tongue right now.
It's interesting because when you have bourbon, you have that heat from the alcohol, and which is a totally different kind of heat.
Yeah. No.
When you add something like a pepper kind of heat,
It lingers. It just lingers.
It's a different animal. Totally different animal.
It's like General Cho's chicken in my mouth, like the sauce. Sweet but hot.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest. I've never had something like this before.
No.
I've had spiced beer, like habanero beers and stuff like that. Oh my God, dude!
I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of water. Ooh, it's just sitting in the back of the throat. This is gonna ruin the rest of it. We should have did this one last.
I know. Well, this will wake up our senses.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I didn't pour huge glasses. Oh God! I love how I see the honey circling around in your glass right there.
My nose is running.
That's great.
This is hot.
That's great. Take them out, yeah. Take them out. Don't touch your eyes, though. Put it on the bar. Just throw it on the bar. Yeah. Are you really doing that right now? That was a finger, wasn't it? You put it back in the glass. You just left it out. Nice going. Nice going. Yeah, I'll get you a...
That was stupid. That was stupid.
That
was stupid.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. Was it really spicy?
No, but it tastes like it was like plastic, and then I felt the seed come out of it, and then that's when I just swallowed the seed without chewing it. Because once you taste the seed, that's it's all downhill from there. So now I have chewed up pepper sitting in my glass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, all right. Okay. Did they accomplish what they said they were trying to do here?
They did.
Absolutely did.
But I feel like the heat takes over from the sweet.
The sweet is the finish. The honey is the finish for me. I'm getting all honey on that finish, even though the heat is lingering. Going down, I'm more like pepper. You know that pepper? And it's not like a strong pepper taste. You just get the heat.
It's just the heat.
The heat.
The heat is on.
Oh my God! This is like one of those ones that you get friends come over, and you're like, try this. Try this.
I'm getting a little sweaty, to be honest with you.
Are
Are you a hot honey guy, like Mike's Hot Honey?
Oh, I love hot honey and pepperoni on a pizza, man.
Yeah,
Can't beat that, bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
I put hot honey on everything. My salad, everything.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's
not. I don't drink it though.
I know. Here's the thing. It's cool. We tried it. Would I have bought this knowing that it tastes like this because of that heat? I can't have too much of it. This is a little sipper.
This is when you're having a party.
Exactly. Try this out,
out.
guys.
Yeah.
Try this out, guys.
Yeah.
That's all it is for me. I don't know if it's necessarily worth the dime, but just because it's not something that I could drink on a regular basis.
I wonder if there's like a cocktail or something you can make out of this, like a hot honey cocktail.
But it's hard to justify making a cocktail out of this. I mean, it was
bourbon that's so much money. Yeah,
yeah,
well,
$100 and something bucks.
I mean, if you're not going to drink much of it, you might as well.
I know.
I don't know what you would mix with it, but
yeah. But I'm really just getting that heat and that honey finish on the whole taste.
And the sweat that's coming out of it.
Oh my God, I know it's hot. Not like it's hot out, not hot enough outside. Right now, by the way, while we're filming this, it's 99 degrees today out there?
My car said 104 when I pulled up.
Oh my God, it is hot out there, and we're drinking hot honey. Two genius. I saw the package on my driveway today. I'm like, it's a sign. I maybe shouldn't have followed that sign because it was probably not the best day to do this. Is something I should have waited till like winter time or something.
You got like a hot bee on the.
Yes, there
hot
is.
Female bee, the queen bee.
It's like some kind of. They always do some kind of cool artwork on there, but that's it. But yeah.
Yeah. Hey. I'm not disappointed, man. They lived up to what they wanted to do. They said it's hot honey. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
It's
we
hot
should.
honey.
I think it's just.
Didn't think it was going to be that hot.
I don't know if they did it on purpose or if it was a mistake. Because if it was a mistake, it is what it is. But I don't think those peppers should have been left in that bottle because I think it kept infusing more and more. And if it was a mistake, I got the hottest bottle of them all because there's 2 peppers in there right now.
The 2 peppers fell in, and they were like, "Shit."
Just leave it. Well, that guy's gonna get a spicy one. Yeah. Oof. Overall,
now the seeds are coming out.
Oh my god. Damn it. Rinse that when you're done, maybe. Overall, I would say they on accomplishing their mission. They did great. Maybe a little less heat would have been nice, and just more of a hint of that heat. Yeah. But they hit. Well, I guess it wouldn't be hot honey if they didn't really, get that in there. But it's unique.
They succeeded.
I commend their bravery, their originality with it. They did something that not many people have probably done before.
How many infused peppers were in that barrel, you think, though, to make this so hot,
know, man. I don't know. It's a good question. Very good question. But we don't know the answer to that. So.
Nope.
But as far as taste, everything, just because it's a little too spicy on that heat from the pepper, I'm going to give it a 3.15 maybe out of 5.
Going
I think.
Straight up 3.
3 for you. So, and I'm just commending what they did, As far as just for bourbon's sake, I'd give it 3.15. As far as accomplishing their mission, they're there.
They're right at the top.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
4.5, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they were aiming to get it that spicy.
Yeah.
I think that's a little too hot.
A little more honey to fight or tame off that spice would have been
nice. Would have been nice. But hey, kudos to their efforts.
Yeah.
Good times, good old times. Hot honey. Cheers.
You're hot, honey.
Hey, thank you. Mm-hmm.
So let's.
Oh my god! Just throw it on the paper towel.
So where'd you go, all tanned up? Look at you, like a hunk. You all tan like a hunk.
I was in Aruba for the week. I came back a few days ago.
Did you stop at Jamaica after?
No. Oh.
Did you want to take you?
And dude, what's his name? Passed away recently from the Beach Boys.
Yeah, Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. We had a couple deaths.
We did. We did.
Chef Amberell passed away.
Amberell, yeah. That's a shame.
Yep.
That's a shame. But yeah, I was in Aruba with the fam, and we stayed at the Hyatt Regency over there, which is nice. It's kind of in the middle of like the action there and stuff. It's went to God. They have a lot of I don't know why, but they have a lot of Argentinian like restaurant like style, like churrasco and or like
so it was all inclusive.
No.
Oh, you didn't go to an all inclusive.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But what I do is I buy a case of beer and I bring a cooler and chill at the pool.
Yep. Smart.
And I buy a bottle of I bought the same whiskey I got last year. It's a Jack Daniel's travel exclusive, like 100 proof reserve one.
Oh, okay.
It's like one you can only find at the airports.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing that, and I like it. So I did. I finished a bottle throughout the week.
Nice.
And just like literally like one pretty decent sized glass per night, and it's gone in the week. So, and so we had a great time. It was relaxing. Restaurants were good. Everything was good. We hung out a lot at the pool. They changed a couple things. You used to be able to reserve like the palapas, is like the beach huts and stuff like that. So we had reserved them, but then all of a sudden, I think something with the city ordinance, because it's technically public property.
So it's first come, first serve now?
Yeah, so it's first come, first. So we're like, you know what? My wife ended up just reserving the pool every day, and the beach is literally like 20 steps away.
So you have to make reservations to sit by the pool?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have to book your reservations for the pool. But Bob, I'll tell you a little bit more on that, because basically we got there Saturday, so we went to the pool for the first day of that Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, nice. relaxing,
Nice and quiet.
quiet. And then come Wednesday, I guess there was a wedding that was happening there. I think just because they talk so damn loud, what was happening on Friday, and basically I feel like all of Staten Island came.
Oh, Staten Island.
All of Staten Island came to the resort. So let's just say, and hey, I'm sure there's plenty of great people from Staten Island, so don't take it the wrong way.
Vinny and Angelina, yeah, absolutely, from Jersey Shore.
Like I said, I'm sure there's plenty of people who aren't like this, but
aren't like this.
But what a damper, man! It just put a little bit of a damper because it was just
Obnoxious.
Obnoxious. We hang out at the family pool with our kid, our 7-year-old. And that all you hear is F and this and F and that and F and this and F and that. And I try to raise my kid not around certain words and stuff like that. And you hear them, they're loud. They brought their own boombox radio.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Is there music and stuff at the pool?
Yes.
And they brought their own stuff.
They brought their own. Maybe it wasn't a boombox, but it was one of those speakers.
Yeah,
but you could put those really loud. And
I wouldn't be happy.
My wife goes, that guy's slapping his girlfriend's ass right now, right in front. And they have their all wearing thongs, which it's not everything I complained about, but the guy's slapping. Like, I got my kid here, I don't think this is not really. This is the family pool,
right? It's not family appropriate, absolutely.
And they're just, rowdy and loud. At one point, I went to the beach with my son, and my wife stayed by the pool because the beach, like I said, it's just steps away. It's not too far.
Got back, they were slapping her ass. She was like, "Yeah, boom, boom, boom."
Please, not mine. But she said, she said at one point, she goes to me, yeah, someone said put the music louder, and I said, no, you're not.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I can picture your wife.
Yeah, she's
probably being like, turn that shit down.
Yeah, she said, no, you're not. I came back, and it just so happened every single day, one of their peoples was sitting next to us, so we had the crowd around our seats now. And it could be opposite sides of the pool, but every single day we got stuck next to them.
Yeah.
At one point, we have my kid's towel on the chair. It's a dinosaur towel or whatever. Yeah. They're sitting on our chairs. I'm like, we reserved these chairs months ago, and they're sitting on it.
That's not cool.
I came back at one point. The guy had his cell phone and wallet on my chair, and I'm like, I go to the guy sitting next, not too far, to the people who actually had the chairs, or I don't know how their relation was to them, but they were related to them. And I said to the guy sitting over there, I said, this one of you guys? And he goes, nah. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not mine, and all you guys are here, so it's one of you guys. So I'm like, here, and the other guy, I saw the guy in the pool, he's like, oh yeah, that's mine, just leave it there. And I'm like
people don't care, man.
And that's the thing. Care. That was the thing. There's absolutely zero consideration. Zero. At one point, the guy's throwing football, which is fine. He's throwing football across the pool with a couple of little boys, that were just tossing it and whatever. The one guy takes the football and whizzes it. Some guy was carrying his little 2-year-old girl, nails her in the head.
No.
Yeah. Nails her in the head. Girl's bawling. And the guy's just hiding in the corner,
She was balling, all right.
Yeah, and the dad was kind of like he went like this. He's like, like assholes.
Good job, asshole.
Yeah, good job, assholes. Yeah. Kind of like they were rowdy. People were leaving because it was just too much.
I mean, you didn't complain or anything,
My wife's like at checkout. I'm gonna tell them everything.
I wouldn't even waited to check out.
I know, but we ended up doing the whatever in the hotel room
Bad
checkout.
Review?
Yeah, but she said she will leave a review. And she's like, when you come for an experience, and that's the thing too. You have to reserve the chairs. I don't think they were grasping that concept. I don't think they knew that people reserve these chairs because they were just throwing their towel.
Yes, just first come first serve.
Exactly.
They were throwing shit wherever I want.
Yes, they were throwing their towels and going. At one point, it was me, my son, me, my wife, and then there was an empty chair there, but it was allotted to us.
Oh, because you reserved 4.
Yeah, I guess at
So
that
an extra,
because
yeah.
my wife even said, she's like, oh, there's an extra. The guy's like, oh no, that's yours. Just put your stuff on it or something. You can use that. But some guy didn't have. He just had his T-shirt or something. Big.
Were they big muscle Guido guys?
No. This guy was just fat.
Oh yeah, he was like Staten Island fat Guido.
And he, and
Thinks he's in the mafia.
Yeah. And he just sat there and laid down. I'm like, yeah. Listen, we tried to make the best of it. My wife got pissed off at me because she's like, Ken, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. And it put a little bit of a damper towards the end of the, because.
But what are you supposed to do? I mean, you make a beef, then you're. You don't want trouble either. It's your
No.
vacation.
No,
you know what I mean?
no, exactly.
You don't want your son to see
There's
you.
like 30 of them, and half of them are freaking triple my size muscular-wise.
That would never stop you before. But
No, it didn't. That's what I said to my wife. I said, she's like, well, you don't want to start. I'm like, I said to her, I said, I know I'll get my ass kicked, but I will
okay.
also stand
You'll get
with,
your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, I stand up for what's right, and that's it, But she made it a good point. She's like, they're harmless. They're harmless. They're not, she's like, they're just oblivious, that's all. They don't know. They're not realizing what they're doing.
Well, they're from Staten Island.
Yeah. And like I said, once again, if you're from Staten Island, I'm not putting anyone down
suck.
from there.
I have family from Staten Island.
Yeah.
They all suck.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure.
Idiot. No. There's some good people, out there. So
Staten Island's like a different part of the world, man. It's like a different. It should be like its own country or its own state.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be like a borough of New York. They're their own people.
Mm-hmm.
It's the oddest thing in the world.
Yeah.
If you're from Staten Island, you're not New Jersey, you're not New York. It's like an in-between hybrid own thing that you got going on over there.
I knew
good food, good bakeries. I'll
I
tell you that
knew
right now.
within 2 minutes where they were all from.
Yeah.
They came in,
And
I said, I go to my wife.
Gummy.
Yeah, I go to my wife. I'm like, oh, Staten Island arrived.
Yeah.
And then she's like, how do you know they're from Staten Island? I'm like, I just know.
Absolutely.
I see how they're acting. I see what's going on. I said, they're from Staten Island. And then she goes to me, you missed it while I was at the beach. She's like, they were screaming, Staten Island. Yeah. And like I said, we try to make the best of it and stuff. It is what it is. But it kind of, it ticked us off,
Absolutely.
And where we didn't even want to relax on our chairs because you could not relax. How can you relax when people are, the guys are taking their empty cups and putting it in front of our seats and stuff while they're drinking. One guy had a jug. Listen to this. He had a jug of Fireball. A freaking jug.
But why didn't you just get in on it?
I know. They had a jug, and he was walking around. People are opening their mouth and they're pouring it. Okay, this is Aruba, a family island. This is not Cancun. Cancun.
Yeah, that's odd, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never been to Aruba, so I don't know.
It's very family oriented, and the hotel we stayed at is even more family oriented. It's a very big family.
They picked the wrong spot, huh?
Yes, they should have picked a Holiday Inn because it wasn't where we were.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
But overall, not to say we had a good time though. We did say that possibly because our hotel wasn't cheap. We said maybe the next time we go, we may explore other options.
Okay. So you've been to this one before?
Yes, this is our second time at this hotel. Okay. Yeah, we've been there before and we loved it. We had a great
Would you do
time.
an all-inclusive?
We don't really do it now because we like to explore the island and go to the restaurants and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you pay all the money for all-inclusive, then you have to stay at the island. You know what I mean?
You're
or
stuck
I'm at the
there.
hotel to eat
And I'll be honest, the best restaurants we went to, and we went to the hotel one.
Probably local, yeah.
Were the ones out in the
Sure.
locally and stuff. And I mean, some of the food was just freaking phenomenal, man.
Good. A lot of seafood.
Yeah, I had some seafood. I did a lot of steak. I did mainly steak though, man. I did a lot of steak.
Okay.
But I did have some snapper at one point, and we did a lot of calamari.
Fried, grilled. What'd you do? Sautéed.
Here's the thing: we weren't sure if it was real calamari because of the texture. I don't know. You could tell real calamari. We weren't sure if it was real calamari. 'Cause, you know, sometimes you can fake it and do like fish or something like that. But we really liked the way it tastes, regardless.
Yeah?
So we're like,
Was it like chewy?
no, it was actually very tender.
Yeah.
but it was thick.
Calamari would be more chewy.
Yes, it was thick.
That's
Unless it was their type of squid they have out there, I don't know. But
Maybe it was Staten Island calamari.
yeah,
Staten Island dumps.
yeah. And I think it was just, and each one of them might have been okay as a person, but it just as a group, it was no bueno.
Yeah,
You know,
it's probably how people look at us when we go out places.
true,
Yeah.
true. But let's just, needless to say, if I wasn't a fan of people from Staten Island in the past, I'm really not a fan of a lot of them now.
So you really are a fan.
Yeah, I'm really not.
Unless you make cool hats, you're a cool person then.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
And I watched that show. You watched Nana's?
I did.
What did you
Nonas?
think?
I
Nonas,
wasn't.
that's it,
I wasn't
Nonas.
impressed.
It's too much of the stereotypes, right? Like, you know.
And which is probably how it is.
Yeah. Oh, you're from Sicily. I'm from,
But
Bologna.
they advertise it as like a funny movie, a comedy, and I didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah. When you see Vince Vaughn too, you might think it's.
There was nothing funny about him. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince Vaughn had his jabs and his sarcastic remarks, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But me and my wife are looking into maybe making a reservation to go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
That's Staten Island, right?
It's Staten Island,
Yeah.
and what they do now is it's not just Italian anymore. They get all different grandmothers from different parts of the world.
I saw that. So
Indian, Spanish, everything.
they did
Korean.
So I got turned on to it because I saw it on like CBS Sunday Morning or something. They did a whole segment on it, and they were talking to the owner and everything and where they are. And apparently, when he was talking on Sunday Morning, he was like, "They're like, have you made like a dime yet?" He's like, "No." He's like, he still hasn't really made the money yet.
No, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool
We
concept.
may try it out.
Yeah, that's yeah. Good luck in Staten Island.
Yeah, I go to Staten Island.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a little, like I said, it was a little bit too. It's like when you watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding or something. It's just too much of the stereotypes. Like, oh, Greeks are like this,
They
Greeks are like
overdo it a
that.
little bit,
yeah, and then here it was a little bit too much, where they're throwing things at each other, and I'm like, I think this was,
Dr. Melfi was a little too much in that movie.
Yeah.
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 Lorraine.
Yes, Bracco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a little too much.
Little
She went
too
overboard a little bit.
yeah. But overall, it was okay. I would not tell someone not to watch it. Let's put it that way. I think it was good enough where you can watch it.
Did you watch the Poop Cruise documentary on Netflix yet?
What's that?
It just came out today.
Poop Cruise.
Yeah, so a few years ago, the Carnival Cruise was coming back from Cozumel, Mexico, back to Texas, and had a big fire and lost all power on the ship, propulsion, everything. And it was floating at sea for like 3 or 4 days with no food, no propulsion, no lights,
All right.
no running water.
Oh my God.
So people had to poop into bags and throw
God.
them in the hallways, and no air conditioning, so they were sleeping outside, and it was just it was a mess.
Oh my God.
You don't remember hearing that a few years ago?
No, I did not.
Yeah, put a big bullseye on Carnival's back.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I will never ever show that to watch it with my wife because she's already on the fence about cruises.
I sent it to my wife today, and I go, "Watch this documentary. It's a good one." And she's like, "I saw the trailer. We're going on a cruise in a month."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm not watching that before we go." It's not
Gosh.
like they died. I mean, they had their shit in a bag. That's all. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But did you die?
Right, but did you die?
Did you see that? What's that woman that was on trial for
Karen Reed.
Karen Reed? Yeah, for killing. She got
She got off. Yeah.
got off. Which I think you look at all the stuff, and I didn't really get too into it, but I caught enough. I think where I was like, she seems like she is innocent, man.
Yeah.
They said might have been dog bites. The people who were there got rid of the SIM cards, they moved, they tore the carpet out. To me,
Yeah. Little fishy. Little fishy.
kind of sounds like you're hiding something.
Yeah. Little fishy.
Because they're all cops, so they knew
Yeah.
what they had to get rid of. But when you're doing stuff like that and you're trying to accuse a person of hitting them with their car, then if you're innocent, you won't be tearing your carpet up and you won't be doing all that stuff and get rid of your SIM cards and all that crap in your phone and all that stuff.
Right.
Interestingly enough.
Very interesting.
But the big news.
Yeah. Let's get into the news.
The big news. World War III. Is it World War III?
Almost. I put into ChatGPT the other day. I said, I live 6 miles from New York City. Would I survive a nuclear attack on the city? And ChatGPT said, probably not. Get as low as possible. Because that's what I'm worried about now.
Yeah.
I'm not far from New York City, so New York City goes, I go.
I don't know if they would go for I wonder where.
I'm not scared of Iran hitting us. I don't think they can reach.
Yeah.
It's more like
North
Russia's
Korea.
got their back, North Korea's got their back. You know.
That's the scary thing. Yeah, North Korea, they want to get in there too, and that's a scary thought.
Yeah. So but everybody living under a rock, tell them what happened while you were away.
Well, if you have been living
were
under a
back.
rock, so this is when we're coming back. So my wife actually said, "I'm happy to be home right now because we don't want to be in another country or something like that." When the
Actually,
shit
it's probably a
goes
good country to be in, though.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we're stuck in Aruba, people.
Yeah, who's gonna fuck with Aruba?
Yeah, I know. Venezuela, maybe, because right there, but who knows? But it's Dutch army out there, so it's, Anywho,
From Dutchland.
yes. So they sent a couple decoy bombers or whatever that I guess they were trying to throw them off. Or who were they throwing off with the decoys? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I believe not Iran.
Maybe? I don't know. But long story short,
Saudi Arabia?
we United States sent out some bombers and destroyed some nuclear plants or proposed nuclear plants. I don't know exactly behind it, all that stuff, but nuclear plants.
Yeah. I don't think they had nuclear bombs. They had facilities that can make them, and I think that's what they were
That's the
trying
whole
to,
thing. That's the whole
destroy.
thing. And I was watching an interview with Marco Rubio, and he was saying, he's like, do they need the nuclear? She did that. Do they need the nuclear bombs to be made? No. They need all we need to know is that they have the material and the intelligence to create it.
Right. They might as well have it. They can make
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, exactly. You can have one piece here of the bomb and one piece here, and you just put it together,
Exactly.
and you've got your bomb. Right. Do we want to wait, and do we want it to get that far? Do we want to see that they're almost capable? No, we want to nip it at the bud and say, no, let's take care of this now. They're doing things, and they're working with things which are leading to something, and we need to take care of it. Was it the right decision?
I mean, I always say no, butt out. Let them destroy each other. Let Israel and Iran go at it.
Yeah.
And it's not even really Iran, right? It's extreme terrorists that are living in Iran.
Yeah.
It's not the Iranians. They don't want them there either.
Yeah.
They're putting their country at risk. But, United States always has to get in the middle. Always has to do this.
I know. We're peacemaker.
But we shouldn't be. And that was the number one thing. I voted for Trump because I wanted, no wars, less immigrants, and a better economy.
Yeah.
And now you just put yourself in a little bit of a war.
Yeah. Yes, that's the whole thing. Is it going to come back to bite us in the ass next? Is that what's going to happen next? We don't want that to happen. We don't want that to come back to us.
No. I hate getting involved when we shouldn't be involved.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if it works, just a little bit.
Yeah, just to clean that
Clean
heat.
the palate.
Clean the heat, yeah. Was it worth it?
Yeah. If it works, is it worth it? I don't know.
We shall see. And that's the whole thing. Stock market has been shooting up.
So is gasoline.
Yeah.
But, some updates that President Trump said that there was a ceasefire now, that it did work. There was a ceasefire.
For
the
what,
ceasefire
20 minutes?
Lasted about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Iran sent some missiles above Israel.
All right.
Israel shot them down and then sent... actually, no, let's back up. Because the ceasefire happened after Iran bombed Qatar.
Okay.
U.S. bases in Qatar.
Okay.
That, according to what I'm reading, they kind of gave us the heads up. Hey, listen, we have to show retaliation. Get your people out of there.
Yeah.
We're going to throw some missiles in the air, intercept them, take them down. As long as we show retaliation, we're happy. We're fine to do a ceasefire.
Okay.
This is how I read it.
Oh.
Israel said, fine, we'll do the ceasefire too.
Yeah.
President Trump said, perfect. We're all good.
Yeah.
Peace.
It's become a pissing contest for before ceasefire or whatever.
And then apparently Iran threw some rockets in the air and Israel got them. But it seems like Trump's kind of pissed at Israel.
He was.
Right?
He's pissed at, yeah, he's like, what?
Obviously he's pissed at both, but he's really mad at Israel.
Yeah. Which Israel, you don't want to get on the United States, one of the biggest backers of Israel over there. You don't want to get on our bad side here. You know, you don't want to do that because it's
What a difference between.
I know.
I don't think I've even tried that.
Yeah, we've had it. I
Have
think.
we?
Yeah, because it's open.
That is strong with the butterscotch.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't
are we approaching World War III between Russia? If Russia gets involved, and if North Korea gets involved,
We're screwed.
the shit is going to hit.
I think
the
we're
fan.
screwed. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Those are two nations we don't want to do battle with.
No, because
who's gonna back us up?
because they're volatile. You know, you can't trust what they're going to do. You can't trust. I wouldn't freaking trust Putin as far as I can throw him. You know, he's sneaky. I think he's a bad combination for us. He's sneaky and he's smart, and those are things you don't want.
Yeah.
And he's not someone to be trusted. So
The United Nations is just it's to me they're a bunch of sissies, you know.
yeah,
And Trump doesn't want us in NATO and all that, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like we don't have many allies if we, you know, like
yeah,
you know, is England, Germany, Spain, Italy? Are they going to be like, yeah, we got you,
Yeah.
go bomb those people? They get you, we got you. I don't know, man. I feel like they want to stay out of it.
yeah,
Stay out of it.
yeah. Well, would they back us? That's the question. Yeah. Especially, I mean, if we're out of
Let
NATO,
these
then.
two fight it out. Let them fight it out. Let them kill each other. Who
They've been
gives a
fighting
shit?
it out for like centuries. It seems like you know, it's
Cares?
like
Then let
a
them.
never-ending war over there.
Has
between
nothing
these
to do with
countries.
us. Let them. Oh, Israel's a big supporter, a big backer, one of our allies. Who cares?
Yeah,
Blow them both up.
Yeah.
We'll end this shit real quick.
I know. We will see. Hopefully, I mean, there's going to be a lot. We're filming this about a week prior to release, so there's going to be a couple things that may happen between now and then.
I mean, already as we're on the air, they're saying that the bombs didn't really do as much damage as originally thought.
Yeah,
That the underground tunnels or wherever it is where this uranium's at is really not that much damaged. That it's only setting them back a couple months. They can rebuild. So who knows?
it's scary. It is scary.
You know what's scary? Off topic. Did you see that hot air balloon that went on fire in Brazil?
No.
There was like 20 people on it, and it just caught fire, and just one dude jumped out, and the rest everybody died. It just
Did the guy who jumped out live or no?
no,
Oh,
no.
I guess it was pretty high then.
It wasn't like the plane. Did you see the plane? India?
Oh yeah.
Like the one dude just fucking jumped out, and he
I don't know,
and
man.
He survived.
I saw something where when that Filipino plane crashed whatever amount of years ago.
Yeah.
Like the guy who apparently a guy survived on that too. I don't know. And he said I was sitting in the same seat that the guy was sitting in.
I'm gonna upgrade my seat
To that seat.
row 11A.
Yeah, whatever that
when I
is.
go to Florida. Because that dude just like sailed on like the door or something. I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell happened, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's crazy.
It is nuts. And then I don't know if we talked about it or not. That if we filmed after or whatever the Mexican ship in the harbor, the Hudson River.
I don't think we spoke. I don't think we spoke about that either.
Yeah, that was another. So we got our blimps, we've got our ships, we've got our planes. This is all we need is Steve Martin and John Candy, and we're almost there.
Yeah.
Oh God, some planes, trains, and automobiles on that. Yeah,
Nuts.
train. Yeah, we need a train. The blimp is the curveball there. I mean, not the blimp. The hot air balloon. Hot
same
air
shit.
balloon. Yeah, whatever. It floats on heat.
Yeah.
We shall see. Hopefully, we're in good shape over here. Hopefully, the stock market keeps going up. Hopefully, the gas prices don't take much of an effect on.
My crypto went down, so I don't know about the stock market.
Today it was going up. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Pray for no World War III. Maybe John is right. We need to butt out of certain things.
We don't want that smoke, man. Let us just be.
And with Trump being heated about the whole situation, he might just say F you, and I'm out.
It's a who's got
Peace,
the biggest dick
mofos.
contest. That's all it is. Who's got the biggest dick?
It seems like a pissing contest between Iran and Israel. And it's just and the thing is too, it's like it's just and that just goes to show like how much with people are so hey, it's good to have faith, it's good to have religion, but it's not good to be too radicalized with some of this stuff too, because you make foolish decisions sometimes. And,
absolutely.
But we'll see. All right, my dog is saying, Ken, I need to go out right now.
Happy 4th of July, because 4th of July is in a few days.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. So
Happy 4th.
God bless America on this 4th of July, and
Yeah.
let's pray and hope that we get out of this
Let's
unscathed.
pray, man. Unscathed, yes.
Yeah. God bless our service, our troops.
Yes, God bless them. And cheers to hopefully your 4th of July. You have some good times, and in this case, good old times. Stay away from that heat outside.
Yeah, not good for 4th of July. Not a good 4th of July.
Don't drink this one out in the hot heat either. It might be a little bit too hot for that.
Hot.
Ding, ding. Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Happy 4th.
All right.